What a sight to behold. Pretty cool picture, huh? Okay. Let's take a look at some of these. This is an old Popular Handguns catalog. The Shooter's Guide to All Current Models. I'm pretty sure this is from 1960. So, we'll take a look at a couple things in here before we get started. There's an article here. It's got that cool picture. It's called Defense Guns, and that's kind of what we're going to be talking about. So I'll read a little bit here from this catalog here. Defense handguns differ from their sporting counterparts since they are not designed for slow target work. Their chief assets are lightness, compactness, and speed. Down here, read a little something that I find pretty interesting. The the school of thought back then, according to what's represented here in this catalog at least. The difference between handguns meant for defense and those intended for sport is that defense guns are generally lighter, smaller, and seldom have adjustable sights. An adjustable sight is not needed for close-range shooting. Also, it might catch on the holster as the gun is drawn. The sights on defense guns are usually a plain front blade and a milled groove in the receiver frame for the rear sight. And representing that kind of school of thought is some of these little tiny J-frames and these Colts. I'm not sure what they designate their frame as, like a D frame or something. But anyway, look at that. Chief Special, $65. Back in the good old days, you used to go to True Value, Ace Hardware, Sears and Roebuck's, pick up one of these things. They still make this model, and sorry, I've got a lot of room here. Right here at the Centennial. I want to pick up this Model 640 and 357 Magnum. I think that's a good pocket gun. Anyway, thought you guys might want to be interested in checking that out. We're going to be talking about a couple little handguns that represent that school of thought. First one, Model 65. I've shown this piece in one of my older videos. And the concept that I really want to deal with in this short little video is concealability or capacity versus capability. And that's something that gets kind of, it's on a lot of the forums, it's always the lightest weight, highest capacity is what you want. So it usually boils down to a Glock 26. What I want to kind of explain is my particular school of thought that the capability is more important than the capacity or the concealability. Obviously that's going to vary, from day to day, what you're doing throughout the day and what you're trying to accomplish in your concealed carry piece. My main concern and the main reason why I conceal carry a pistol is because of the mass shootings that have been taking place. So the reason I carry a handgun and the scenario that I'm imagining is not so much being mugged in an alleyway, because I'm never walking around, usually around town at night. I don't go downtown very often. So obviously that would help in that scenario as well, but mainly my concern is being at a Fred Meyer's or a generic grocery store, mall, or wherever, and having some psychopath come in there and try to kill everybody. So one gun that I have found to be very capable with is this Smith and Wesson Model 65. It's a 357 Magnum with a 3-inch barrel. With this, I can really reach out and plink cans at 25 yards very accurately. I'm very, very accurate with this gun. So to me, it makes more sense to carry this because I know I'm capable with it, even though it only holds 6 rounds. I carry a backup speed loader, so I got 12 rounds on board. And that's one of the pieces that I used to carry. I used to carry a Glock 19. You got 15 rounds plus one of 9mm plus a 17-round backup magazine. All good and well, but my capabilities with that particular pistol, I found myself training and shooting just to get around the grip angle that just did not fit with my shooting style. I could not, I mean, I was accurate with it. I could shoot, you know, dinner plates at 15 yards quick and rapidly, but it wasn't the type of pistol that I could literally put a blindfold on, you know, and be accurate like this one is. Another piece I tend to carry. Sorry, I'm moving fast because I got a little time limit here. I gotta make the time. In the semi-automatic department, and this is actually what I traded my Glock 19 for. So it's unloaded here. It's a Sig model P239 in 40 Smith and Wesson. I found that 7 rounds of 180 grain Federal HSTs, you know, 7 plus 1, 8 rounds, and this P239 increased my capabilities enough to want to make the switch from a Glock over to a Sig. I'll carry 2 backup mags, so that'll bring me up to about 22 rounds on board. This heavy slide really digests the recoil, and I could do double taps, you know, follow-up shot acquisition. Was very, you know, rapid and accurate, and increased my potential and my capability for a defensive sidearm. So that's why I made the switch. So these are some things that you guys want to think about. Is capacity everything? Is concealability everything? It might be wise to drop in capacity and increase the weight if it's something that you are more capable with to be accurate and make your shots. Just something to think about anyway. Yeah, a Glock 19, a used Gen 3 Glock 19. I traded straight across for this used Sig P239. I think it was a good move. It's not a trade that comes up very often. I could always go pick up a Glock, especially a used one, for, you know, $350, maybe $400. These 239s here are around $800 to $850 new. I mean, they're pretty expensive. $775 around there. Used, you're still around $600. So I thought it was a wise trade. Anyway, guys, these are my two pieces. Those are my primary carries because of the capabilities. You know, not so much the capacity, but the capability. Anyway, I'll show you guys a few more pictures in here. I found there's a picture in here of a guy concealed carrying a 1911, and it was pretty cool. If I can find it. Pretty cool. My brother got me this. He found it at a gun show. There it is right there. Look at that. It reminds me of those old photos of Elvis Presley when he was... one photo, it showed him pulling he had a suitcase open with some handguns in it. One of them was an old Luger 9mm, like a World War II Luger, and it had a leather in the waistband holster, kind of like that. It's like, what? The king. Anyway, guys, you guys be safe out there. Remember to stay politically active, because we want to be able to keep doing this as a sport and as a tradition, pass this stuff on to our kids, you know. So consider the gun issue and vote accordingly. Alright, be safe out there. Take it easy.